Uh, Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, I was muted. So yes, can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'll share screen.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I need help with my analysis. So you want to read through, or can I just ask for specific parts?
Forgot the case here. What is the case here again?
I'm trying to find how the distance between dominoes affects the rate at which it falls.
Right. And then you have a region A, region B back then. And then you already have your measurement, and that's why you have the best fit line. It looks like you have 3 best fit lines for both region, right? Is it because you do pre-experiment? How does that work? Sorry.
I did a min-max.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a min-max line. Why would you? I'm sorry, what's a min-max line? So one of them is a min line, one of them is a max line, and one of them is a best fit line.
Maximum possible gradient, the minimum possible gradient, and the best fit.
All right, okay, right. So that's what you did.
Find the uncertainty.
All right. So that is that last one, right? T average. Oh, wait, what? What does T average mean, and what does D naught? Okay, D naught.
T average is average time taken for a row of 50 dominoes to fall for the given D. Yeah, so I just need like content. I don't know. This is very bare bones. I don't know how to proceed from here, or if there's anything else I can put inside to make it a bit more, because I'm a page short. Yeah, let's write one more page of content.
Sorry, I still don't get the delta T and the delta T. Okay, so no, the T and the delta. Hey, can I just see the first few pages? Maybe I'm losing some. Okay, great. So yeah, research question. What is the relationship between the spacing of consecutive domino, right, and the time it takes for a row of 50 outbound domino before the right? Can I see what you assign? So spacing is which one? D naught, is it? Spacing is D. I'm sorry. Spacing is D, is it? And then the big T is the total time. Right. Okay. Can you go up again? Sorry. So the spacing. Yeah.
I identify the two main factors, the two competing factors. So there's transfer of kinetic energy and there's friction. So these are two competing factors. Basically, for transfer of kinetic energy, this is here. The larger the spacing, the more the time, due to the reduction of the transfer of kinetic energy.
Right.
This is from a theoretical standpoint.
So this is from the reference. This is from the reference paper, right?
Yeah.
All right, got it.
And just
Okay.
summarizing.
And you're exploring the other friction, right? So so if you increase the spacing, you will have less friction. I mean, in short, lah, right?
Yeah.
So there will be.
So when the spacing is too small, basically as the spacing is decreased, they are more likely to collide with each other and lose energy due to friction.
I'm gonna stop you because this phrase is important, right?
Yeah.
They always collide. So more likely to collide doesn't seem to be the proper phrasing. Lah. They always collide. Am I correct? Is what you mean something like this when the spacing is smaller, right? Not too, I'm not sure about too small also, but let's say smaller layer. The dominoes are in contact with each other longer. Is that what it means actually?
Yeah, I think
so. If you're in contact longer, you do experience more friction, more loss of energy. So more likely to collide, definitely I don't think is the right phrasing already. Okay. You must think about what you want to say here, right? Smaller is a greater amount of contact time. Not contact, but contact time. Is what I imagine. I'm checking with you, okay? I'm not an expert here. And hence more friction, and hence more energy loss.
the smaller spacing between dominoes, the greater amount of transmission.
Hence more friction, hence more energy loss, hence longer time taken to form. Not sure whether that's the right thing, but you define the coefficient. Yeah, okay. So there is a coefficient of restitution. Not sure what that is. Did you explain that? Does this sound like what you want to say?
Yeah. Okay. Then I gotta change something down here.
Sure. You take your time.
Thank you.
I'll be reading from this condition. So finally, the paper, your reference, kind of finds a certain distance over high. I'm sorry, would you please go down? So what's the effect of this ratio? The competing and effector, definitely, right? Okay, you probably shouldn't use linking here. Probably is what you want to do, like something like confirming it or testing it. Is that what you're probably trying to do here? Okay, so not linking. So say like testing or evaluating or something like that. Something testing it against or comparing it with the data if you want to sound. But it's fine to sound clear cut here. Comparing, I guess that's less Okay,
Hmm.
so then there's a methodology, right? Okay.
Procedure.
Yeah. What's the bubble level? I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, that's nice. Right. Didn't realize that. Okay. Kindly scroll down. Okay. So far so good. Roughly, yeah. I don't go to details with that. But your slow motion camera is not a fancy slow motion camera, right?
Yeah, it's just an example.
Uh, uh, you're using your phone slow motion, right? The
Yeah.
iPhone slow motion, right? Probably want to change the picture and make it clearer. Probably. You can change it later, but that sets the expectation higher than necessary, which is not good for you, lah. There are fancy high-tech slow motion camera, which obviously not a lot of people have in access, right? On the other hand, the phone cameras are competent enough, I think, for this matter. So I think making it clear is not a wrong thing. Right? Or just use phone, just use phone as a picture. That's totally fine. Right? Okay. The phrase, this, yeah, you do get a nice photo, right? That looks like 50. Mm, mm, mhm, mhm, mm. You cannot say using slow motion to eliminate human error. Eliminating, probably not the case, but is it something like minimizing or something like that?
Yeah.
Right. Mhm. You repeat this procedure 5 times, really? You,
Yeah.
you, you do it 5 times. Oh, okay.
T1,
So,
2, 3, 4, 5. Then T average, delta T, and then pi TCM.
so it is compressed into the P average. Okay, got it. Let me see the data for a while. Let me just look at the data. The 1.58 is very okay. Very clear. Wait. We gotta see this data. Give me annotation, please.
Um,
You're using an iMac, right? An i.
mhm. Um, okay, enable.
All right. Let me try. Can I? And yes. Okay. All right. So you're using a iMac. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So good to know that iMac can do annotation. Um. Um. Yeah. The what one? Yeah, what? Okay, so you acknowledge that this is weird, right? You did acknowledge that. This is also
Yeah.
super weird, right? You did acknowledge that. The trend is super weird here also. How come you didn't, you didn't take that into account? Some let's acknowledge that.
Um,
That seems very weird, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it does not kind of follow the trend. This one also, although less, but this one also, but this one is like serious, lah. This one is very serious, right? But, not that you should discard it, no, but you're taking note, lah, so to speak.
Okay.
The rest is kind of following the trend, and delta T is okay, even too small. What's 1.3? Oh goodness, this is 1.35 second radian.
Right.
How did you analyze frame per frame in the slow motion?
Yeah. This is what.
Yeah, that kind of works. Then frame per frame, that's fine. Because 2 decimal points sounds very far-fetched unless you do a frame per frame analysis. No?
That's what slow motion asked me to do. Because
Correct.
I think 240 frames per second.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable. Yeah, it's reasonable to go to 2 decimal point units. Right. Okay. All right. Other than that, okay, I think I kind of can feel for your data lah. Your data clearly show a down and up, right? Clearly, most of them lah, except for the weird ones, but the trend is quite clear. Okay, so no complaints for now. I'll clear my drawing. Yeah? I'll clear my drawing. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, oh, sorry, I cannot go down. I'm talking about. So, could you kindly go down? Okay, so then you get this low. You have one line here, which is the best way, right? Okay, nice. Why did you say over 80 times? Sorry, remind me again.
Because of this.
Because
I don't
this
think it's
is
necessary. How else can
I don't think so. You don't have to
multiple times?
because the 80. No, you don't have to because after conducting the experiment, because the 80 time is not wrong. You're doing a good job, by the way. You are doing it, but 80 time, no context to say that's good or bad. Right? It's okay to. It's okay. Your work, your data, your experiment collection is already impressive in a good way. You don't have to impress more. It's fine. It's fine. You're not worried about your experimental thing, right? You are not. You're not worried about your data collection.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be worried also. Right. So let me see first. Let me see before this. Why did you include this experimental observation?
My teacher told
You
me to
already
add it.
because you already set. There's the anomalies. All right. So why did you explain part 1 here? Why? Because you already kind of addressed them before. I feel no.
He told me to put in some observations that cannot be shown by data. And
so again, tell me again. Yeah.
It says basically you must have an experimental observation section to basically you just insert all the observations that you have made that cannot be shown from your data.
So you think that
something that
things that matter, that matter, but the data cannot explain.
Yeah, I don't really know what to put, so I put these two. I'm not sure if they're the best, but they seem like they'll get the job done.
Okay, so how about the alignment of the domino, right? So meaning you try your best to align them parallel, right? You're trying your best using hand, right? Am I correct? Sorry, is that how you do it? Using your hand, you align them according to the ruler and the distance appropriately, right?
Yeah.
So there will be the dominoes will be a little bit twisted here and there. Is that worth mentioning in your observation? Because that may affect the result. Where did you do this? Like at your school, in your lab? What level?
Second floor.
Are there vibrations when you conduct, meaning vibrations from the truck outside or the bus outside?
No, quite far from a road.
Okay, quite far.
I could just lie.
No, please don't. Please don't. Once you go down that road, you don't know what you're saying already.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Of course, the marker may not know, but you will be lost. You will be lost. It's not worth it. If you are lost, then what? which predict to. I'm not sure how to phrase this, but you think about how it matters for now. I'm thinking about more factors lah. Are you sure the height? Are you sure the dominoes are, you know, of the same size, of the same mass?
No, actually, I measured two of them, and they were both the same mass. But
Most same mass, right? Okay.
yeah,
No, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. But the size, as far as you can tell, because the height seems to matter here. According to your analysis, the height matters. Okay, you do this first, right? So the height, the mass, are there some defects or chipping? Did you arrange the individual domino in the same order every time in the AT experiment?
No.
So they may swap position, really.
Height, mass.
Height, mass, position, order. You might conduct maybe 40 experiments in the same order, but you may conduct in 2 days, so the other 40 different order, that kind of thing.
I don't think
is there? Yeah, I'm just throwing it to you. You can decide on that. I have no idea, right? What else? The floor, you're conducting on the floor. The floor itself may have defects, not just the gradient. The gradient is important, but gradient is, big picture. The tiling of the floor is slightly up, slightly down, also slightly not in gradient with each other. Not something that you can control. I'm actually surprised that you do it on the floor, actually. I'm a bit confused. Why do you do it on the floor? Why don't you do it on the table?
Really, if it's flat. The flat surface in there is better. I mean, my reasoning was that the floor must be flat.
Yeah, but every tile will be different. And the domino is kind of small enough, and the time is like 2 decimals, so it might matter. Mentioning many errors does not automatically mean the experiment is bad. Let me just state that first up. Yeah. Because the errors might not be easily controlled. That is how you address the error. This one I'm just minimizing it, but I cannot fully make it 0. That is a very practical acknowledgement. That is okay. But you do need to kind of address okay, wait, how do you control the gradient? Now that I think of it, how do you control the gradient? Like you say that the floor has a better survey. Right. Okay, that makes sense. But according to your memory, does the tile, does the individual tile, are as...
If you read up here.
Correct. Then I have to record that. So you're doing it at home now, which is more level, right? So the tile at your home, how big it is? As in, do you have to go across a tile?
No tiles. It's just the wooden floor. So...
Oh, the wooden quote unquote tile is kind of longer, right? It's longer. So, all right. Okay, that's fine. It is nice to mention that as an effort to minimize. So yeah. Perfectly level. Don't say perfectly level. I'm sorry. which I found to be level according to the bubble leveler. Yeah, that thing. That's reasonable.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just offhand. I don't know what else to think about, right? Okay, so if you don't mind, I'll continue reading. Now it's analysis already, right? Hey, wait, analysis is here, right? Okay. You're very, you're very. I'm sorry, you're very muted.
The flow for the analysis is a bit weird in my opinion. So if you have any like suggestions on how
Okay,
I arrange the paragraphs better,
right.
some sentences. First, I don't know. I have a bit of a problem putting all my ideas into one flow.
Right. I'll say what I read and then you counter check, right? Because let's start with that first, right? Start with that. So your first paragraph, right? Um, Additionally, I don't get the additional part. So this essay notes that the graph in field 4 can be split into two separate linear, which you already mentioned up on top. You basically already mentioned that they are basically two linear parts, right? With a common point A. I don't get where A is, which is when the distance. Okay, could you show me in the graph what this A mean? What I'm trying to say?
The line.
Right.
Line.
Okay, now you gotta describe for me how do you come up with 1.5 because
the turning point is
okay. Tell me how you decide it is from 0.5 to 1.5 because your best fit line have to be done separately for both region, right?
yeah.
That means prior to that you have decided that 1.5 is where you cut.
Yeah.
The 1.5 did not happen after you best fit. It happens before you best fit. How do you decide?
I initially, when I was doing the data, I was planning on doing a curve. So I was kind of plotting a curve.
Yeah.
And then as I put out everything, I was like, wait, it would be better as a line, like two separate
Does it look
lines.
like a curve, I suppose? Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't look too much. Fair enough. And the 1.5 is just an obvious point. It's just the lowest
It's
point.
just really like, yeah, it's the lowest point. So the lowest point will
Right.
logically be the turning point.
So that is not what I read from your first paragraph. What I read from your first paragraph seems to indicate that the 1.5 kind of appears after the two best fit line. But in truth, you decided that it's going to be 0.5 to 1.5 based on the fact that 1.5 seems to be the lowest line, which is obvious to me. It's obvious. So that's fine. That is okay to say it that way. You, I think, have to describe that clearly. It does not show in the first paragraph. It shows very different. Okay.
So
right. So you probably have to work it out yourself. But if you understand, then just write a short note first. You gotta say the 1.5 as before the two best fit line, not after the two best fit line. Now this essay, So that's a bit. And then that's before, right? That's before the best fit. Okay, so that probably should happen in paragraph 1 or very early, right? I think so. I think that's an okay place to put it. Right? So now, can I see paragraph 2? right? So paragraph 2, you seem to focus on region A, fine. Did SA propose the
This kind of filler.
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because remember, your goal is to compare, right? Compare the physical, the experimental data with the theory, right? Whether this is the conclusion or not, I feel that this is not the wrong place to mention it. I feel that you can probably mention it simpler, and I will use the word dominant. So feels that region A is where the Van Leeuwen, is that the friction?
Van Leeuwen's.
Wait, let me think for a while. Wait, what?
Because region A is the distance is very small. And like I mentioned just now, if it's very close together, they have
Oh,
friction.
correct. Yeah, no, correct. Of course. Yeah. So yeah, I think the word dominant is better. So like region A is where the friction theory is more dominant, lah, or the friction effect is more dominant. And then region B is where, the la is more dominant, because certainly both effect is always there, right? Certainly lah.
So can I say just more dominant and ended there? Or did I say more dominant than the other?
Let's see lah. Let's see. I think because right now it is obvious it is more dominant to what, but English wise is not clear,
Yes.
but it is very easy to imply. It's very easy to imply. I don't think the 0.5 to 1.5 step size 0.10 is important, but I don't mind also. So that's up to you lah. That's up to you. Right now, I'm gonna stop here for a while and insert my own thinking. I have not insert my own thinking. The observation just now is just me imagining, right? And you confirm. I feel that you want to comment why, or does your reference paper try to explain why certain parts A is more dominant and certain parts then the kinetic theory starts to be more dominant? Why certain point? Is there an explanation to that?
Let me think. I don't think so.
Because that will be a nice thing to mention, even though you may not have a full explanation. The worst thing you can do right now is to mention that for further investigation. That's the worst thing you can do. That means you acknowledge that, yeah, hey, why does it start here? Why does it start there? Why? Yeah? Why the turning point is there, right? Oh, that is something interesting to investigate for the next experiment. That's the worst thing you can do, which is good. But maybe you can find some sort of explanation already, right? Maybe. This looks complicated. Man.
Yeah, I have to really like simplify everything.
Yeah. Oh, there's thin dominoes also. Your domino is not thin, right?
Yeah, but it's thin enough that, it acts like a domino.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is not what you worry about, right? It's not what you worry about. Yeah, you don't have to mention. I don't think you want to mention it.
No, I don't want to go so in depth.
Also, infinitesimal, that means a very small separation, also not very important. You probably are not very interested in that. Maximal separation, you also didn't go to that limit, right? You didn't go to, I want to make it as far as possible. You don't do that, right?
No, because past a certain point, it doesn't make sense.
Right. So we are still looking for why is the minimum point there, right? This estimate was this narrow. What is the domino effect? Tell me again. What is this domino effect? What is this domino effect?
We see as the dominoes hit a certain point, like the just nice distance, as they start
Uh-huh.
falling. Like imagine there's like thousands of dominoes, not just 50.
Okay.
So they
Right.
reach a point where the way in which it falls is a soliton, like a self-propagating soliton.
And which means what? Which means
It just like how do you say, it falls perfectly. I don't know how to
it
explain it properly, but
if you
is it?
probably need to.
Yeah.
You mean there is a condition where it doesn't fall nicely?
It's a self-reinforcing wave that maintains its shape and propagates at constant velocity. So it doesn't speed up or slow down when it falls. It's like a just nice speed. Yeah, this is all the theoretical stuff that he says, which is not something I think I'm able to prove.
No, that's fine. No.
Yeah,
You're no, no.
from physical
You're just
experimentation.
confirming. No. You're
Yeah.
just seeing the how close it is to reality. Totally fine. Totally fine. Don't worry about it. So, but at the very least, according to you, as far as you can understand, the domino effect is when the soliton is a soliton.
Yeah, when it becomes a soliton. Otherwise, let's say like if they're too close together, eventually it will slow down, or it won't
It will
hit at the
slow
maximum
down.
speed. Yeah.
Right. I
So
understand.
fully developed solitons, you have the collision,
Right. But it is
forcibly
true
pull
that there is no
downwards.
explanation.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. It's all blah blah blah. He just goes round and round. So restriction over here. Then the other one. Which is somewhere here. China.
All right. We'll keep that in our mind
It's
first. We'll
somewhere
keep
here.
that in our mind first.
Somewhere here.
Yeah, we'll keep it in mind. Okay, come. Let me read again. Okay, we'll just keep it there first, right? Okay, so and then I'm going to paragraph 4, right?
So here. Yeah.
There you go. You already tried to explain. In order to explain why there is a turning point. In the context of the falling domino, the propagation, the path of I don't think that's what soliton wave ensures, but okay. There, you address this. It can be said that the turning point observed on the graph, I would say not the turning point, but the minimum point. I probably won't go as far as turning because it's not a curve. It's probably nicer to say as a minimum point, right? Optimal spacing to maximize the solid. That makes sense.
This should all be the first paragraph.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not necessary.
I just leave it
Not
here.
necessary. You can. Otherwise, it's probably fine.
Information. It can be set the minimum point.
Yeah. So I don't think you should use the word turning at this point. So everywhere, yeah. You can just use Control F to find everything. I'll usually find turning and then replace it. So Control R maybe. This is Google. I don't know how to. You just keep looking for it. I think the moment you search, you can just type just like this. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay, so back to in his paper,
So I can just start. All right. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't need that note? Are you sure? You sure?
I mean, it's explained down here, lah. Right. The note was
No.
your
Your graph, your paragraph one, seems gives the impression that the 1.5 is after the best fit. I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
Your paragraph one gives that impression. I don't think that's the right impression to give. And it doesn't benefit you in any way. I feel that is what you wanna change lah. So I'm reading, and you're already trying to explain the minimum roughly. That's fine. When considering Van Leeuwen's formula for maximum speed, there you go. There seems to be the explanation. Is approximately. Oh, you already explained everything. You already explained everything.
You just said too short. So after this, I go to uncertainty. This part where I'm not very sure.
Yeah, this is totally fine. This is like totally fine. At this point, it could be claimed interesting so far. The analysis is not bad. I mean, you're just following the flow of the paper, but that's already a feat by itself. That's already a feat by itself. If you would show me more.
So now I go into uncertainties.
Why would you want to calculate the uncertainty now? Let me think forward. Is that because that is what your
because before this I just ended it here. Right after this, I just concluded.
Correct.
And that was 10 pages.
So your teacher read this. Your teacher read this and then asked you to do the uncertainty.
Yeah, he said to like beef up the analysis. Because currently my analysis is like 1 page. Right, 1 page long, when my theory is like 3 pages.
Do your uncertainty. I believe you correct me if I'm wrong, or your teacher wants it differently, but your uncertainty calculation should be done directly after the best fit line. So this is not analysis per se. This is more like part of the best fit line. Then I feel that's a better order. You can confirm it with your teacher. Also, how come the first data point has a horizontal uncertainty bar? What's going on there? I'm sorry. How come the first and the last point has a horizontal uncertainty also?
So I learned that the IB is very slack with their min-max lines. Basically just first point to last point. The highest point of your data to the lowest point of your data is your maximum gradient. And your lowest point of your first, let's say, where is it?
Maybe my math is lacking. Sorry, what's the wrong here?
Yeah. Do I mouse? Yeah. So your highest point to lowest point. Highest point to lowest point. And your lowest point of the first to your highest point of the this part. So
maybe my math is lacking a little. Sorry, maybe my math is lacking. If you get what you're doing, yeah.
The DCM is the left and right is because of the uncertainty of the ruler. So it's plus minus the millimeter thing. Because the ruler only goes down to 1 millimeter, right?
So the
So
it's
uncertainty will be
half.
half of
It's
the smallest.
half.
Yeah,
Correct,
so it'll
correct.
be that.
Okay, sure. Again, I'm trying to grapple with the
Does that make
relevance, as in,
sense?
no, that makes sense. Yeah, but what is the effect of that? I'm thinking about it. So not sure yet, but
I was simply instructed to do this, the min max. So he said I will have a lot to talk about, but I really don't know what to talk about. I'm very confused.
precisely that's the why part. I know. So why, right?
Then I found formulas for uncertainty of T average and D naught.
And your potential sources of error is already in the observation one. That's what we're doing. What?
Yeah, I don't really know what to do with this.
Acknowledge the data.
I find something very strange is that
Yeah.
aside from here, I have a lot of my essays dedicated to error. So in the end, I have like limitations, area of extension. Then in front, I have all these experimental observations, which can technically be put under limitations in conclusion. If you really want to be very about it, this could be the limitations. And then methodology also, all this stuff, like I mentioned it here, wind, uneven flowing, human reaction time. Here is basically the same things. Then limitation is also the same things.
Okay, wait. Let's break it down. Okay, let's break it down.
Yeah.
When you say you addresses many of the error, you're talking about many error. You must understand that. Therefore, you're doing due diligence. You're supposed to do that. You're doing the right thing. How can you control for the uncertainties or error? You're controlling the error. That's a good thing. How can you control the error if you do not even know what the errors, the sources of error are? You're speaking about minimizing the error, and you list down a long list, so to speak. Like that's what you're saying. How come I'm talking about a lot of errors? Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You are supposed to be very diligent in doing that, and describe how you do it, and describe how you minimize the error. You're doing the right thing. You don't seem to think that that's a good thing. You see, correct or not? It is a good thing. It is a good thing. You don't address it. I mean, you can. The point is, in the experimental observation, there is a place to do it, and just do it there, lah. Just do it in one place where you demonstrate that you control a lot of things, which is good. So it is not a surprise that you arrive at a experimental result which is similar to the theoretical side of things. It is not a surprise. Okay, is that all? I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. Very, very muted.
I think I think something that's surprising for me also is that the disparity is like very close, 1.51 to 1.5.
Correct.
So I was actually very close to it. I was very close to getting it exactly. My line is slightly off to the left.
Correct. Because you wouldn't measure 1.51 anyway.
Yeah.
You remember that. That's the limit of the ruler. The human limits. So in the discussion of limits, you're not discussing errors. You are misunderstanding. You ought to separate. Now let me talk about limits. For a while. Right? So right off the bat, there are already two limits to simply discuss or acknowledge. First, I cannot go for 1.51 in my experiment because I'm just using a ruler. It's totally fine. Ruler is my limit. It's totally fine. But humanly speaking, luckily 1.51 is not very far from 1.5. So my limit is, how do I say? My limit is not very limiting here. Because 1.5 and 1.6, right? That's what I can achieve with a ruler, and a human, whatever. Yeah, it still kind of helps me to show. So the limits are there. And if I want to push the limit, I have to use other tools. So you can discuss it that way. First of all, here, the limits are, I think, very acceptable. Very, very acceptable. Secondly, if I want to push the limit because I want to, push the experimental into the theoretical, that's if I want to do, I have to do this, and use these tools. Okay, you're happier. You're discussing your limit. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
All right, one more time. Discuss your limit in an objective and positive way. 1.5 and 1.6 is the limit of ruler, which is totally acceptable. Phrase it differently, okay? Phrase it differently in a way that, okay, ruler is obviously an acceptable limit, and it is so happens that it is close to the theoretical limit of 1.5. So happens. So the limit is quite okay. The limit doesn't spoil your experiment, something like that. Okay, first you discuss it this way. Right? Then you say, if in a way that if I want to push the limit further, then I will have to use different than rulers. Though, if you have some idea on how that could be done, just write that down. Use this tool, something like this, then our experiment can increase in accuracy. Right. Therefore, testing the theoretical limits better. That's how you can usually discuss your limit. That's a limit. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you understand, summarize first so that you can write down.
Discussion of limits.
So the first thing you discuss is the 1.5 versus 1.5. Okay, now just say quickly, ruler is acceptable. Describe it somehow. Okay. No need to write the theoretical. You will add that later, right? So space, tab again, tab. Yeah. So ruler is acceptable. Discuss that. It's an acceptable limit. It's a practical thing, right? Then B, enter B. Okay. Okay, B. So happens 1.5 is close to 1.51. So happens. So you're kind of lucky there. Discuss that lah. So, the limit is even more acceptable. Even more acceptable. Right? I mean, you're lucky because you cannot control the height of the domino, Acknowledge that lah. You cannot. So this is like a happy coincidence. Right? That's part B. That's part B. Right? That's part B. That's part B. Acknowledge that you cannot control the domino height too much, and you don't have the tools to modify the height of the domino. You don't have. So lucky. Right? It's good to acknowledge our luck. It's okay one. Totally fine. Okay. Then you can expand on that now. See. If I want to go to 1.51, I have to do either, modify the height of the domino. No. Or I want to have a more accurate quote unquote ruler, which I don't know what that is, but I have to do that. That's our discussion in pushing our limits. Do you understand what I'm saying? In the discussion of limits, you should offer ideas on how to push the limits. Now, this is the general objective and positive way of discussing limits, which are not errors. These are not errors.
Is a more accurate, a more precise measuring, accurate or precise?
Precise, a more precise measure and a more accurate way of placing the domino. You must have both. That is the I'm sorry, precise way also. I'm so sorry. Why am I talking about a more precise of placing the dominants? Right? If you do not know what they are, fair enough. But you know, usually robots and laser rulers are usually a good bet. Right? So either that or you modify the higher domino. You can also do that. Offering
laser
two options.
grid is not a bad idea.
Laser, basically a laser ruler, laser measurement device, like whatever that is. It's precise, and robot is also supposedly more precise. Right? You offer the second one, which is to modify the height of domino, which you offer two ways to extend the limit. Very good already.
Wait, can you repeat that last part again? You can also modify the height of.
Yeah, either you make 1.5 into 1.51, or you make the height.
1.5.
You modify the height of 1.51.
Height of domino. This is distance between domino.
I'm sorry, distance. Yeah, but you modify the height according to the ratio, because the ratio is 0. Blah, 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 blah. If you modify the height, you may get the optimal distance into 1.5. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can do it both ways. You acknowledge that one. You can do that. Okay, yeah, good thinking. Anybody who read will say, oh, yeah, this person is thinking, right? Then you don't have to use a more precise ruler, but you have to have a more precise height of the domino. Whichever is easier, you can do that. Happy, right? Happy way of saying things. Just writing this properly is already half a page. Do you see that?
Hi, teacher.
Yeah.
I am so
yes,
sorry.
Arya.
My
No problem.
Switching on.
Right. Okay, Arya, I can hear you now. Yeah. Okay. So Daniel, let me address your senior first, Arya. You on your video and everything. So Daniel, I want you to think about the other limit of my hand, the 50 limit, the 50 domino limit. It is obviously a limit that you impose upon yourself. This is the second limit. I want you to discuss it in an objective and positive way, like what I demonstrated. Think about the 50, why you make it 50, how you can expand, what is the benefit of expanding, yada yada papaya.
Yeah,
which is there. There you go. Good. You don't have to make too much excuses on why 50. Just address it objectively. You want to address the 50 objectively, and then you want to shift the discussion into expansion of limit and the benefits of doing that. Do you understand? Because if there's no benefit, then why bother? Is there any benefit in expanding the domino into 1,000? You want to just address 50 as a, I have a practical limit, I'm doing 80 experiment. You can write it down. 80 experiment is now a very good time to mention, isn't it? I'm supposed to do 80 experiments back to back, and I have to do it kind of more than once because I have to do it at home. And 50 domino is already taking a lot of time. You can just mention it. And then based on all those limitations, you expand it into 200 by proposing something that is practical. Don't just say that if I have more time, I can do 200. That's not very smart. At least, buy a domino putting device, which exists there, by the way, something like that. Then I can expand the domino to 200. Why 200? You can discuss. That's a objective and positive way of discussing the limitation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now I want to see your discussion on the 50 to match the quality of the first limit. Right. Then I'll see you again later. Then we can discuss about this. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay.
I need help to what to do with this section.
Yeah, I still don't know. I'm still very confused right now. But
I don't really
it doesn't seem. No, don't delete. No, don't. But put it up there, and then we'll think about what to mention. Because here's a good news: it doesn't seem to matter much, which is a good thing. The variance is not big, which again is good. That's the minimum discussion we can have. If the variance is a lot, we have a lot to think, and that's not in a good way. It's usually not in a good way. But this is not bad. This is not bad. I can tell you that. Okay, it's not bad news. It's not bad, right? I think this is a lack of problem, which is good. I'll see you later then. Right?
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Arya. Right. Okay. We don't have. Okay, Arya.
I see at 9:15, right?
This is already 1 hour, so I can see at 9:30 because I want to give more time to write things up. Does that make sense?
9:30. Can.
9:30. All right, I'll see you later. Okay, Arya. So I'm looking at your screen, right? Okay. Tell me some updates quickly. No, not quickly. Just tell me updates. What's happening in this 1 week? Tell me everything.
Okay, so basically, I finished
Mhm.
my math WA. It was quite
Wonderful.
simple,
Wonderful.
but like there was one where I was a bit confused. They were asking me to
Mhm.
square root 150, but 150 can't be square rooted.
Correct. What do you do then? You're right. What do you do?
And then
Because that feels very advanced for you, like true enough.
I mean, like they said that square root 150.
Mhm.
They said like so they said
Okay.
like
Is that right?
so of the area of a square is 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ask you to find the width, the length of one square.
Okay. Arya, I'm going to ask you to stop here for a while. Your connection is not very good. If you can do something about that, and because your audio is being affected, is there any way for you to improve the audio?
Audio.
This is not normal. Normally it's not this bad.
I think it's because my laptop is in charge.
All right. So we can talk about the square root 150 later, but safe to say that that's not what is expected of you to do. Like, it's a bit weird that this happened in exam. It's very weird. Yes, very weird. Right?
I mean, like I think it was meant to be like a round up question. So like you have to round up from the long string of numbers. So I
You
just put
mean
48. I just put 48.
You mean that you cannot press your calculator? That's a better bet.
No,
Can't
like
you
the
press?
huh?
If you press your calculator, square root 150, you'll get a number. I mean, an ugly number, but you'll get a number.
Yeah, you'll get a weird number, but you can't exactly use that to find a right.
Find what? Sorry, find a what?
Like I find the whole number of an answer. They were asking for like a whole number.
Are you sure they're asking for a whole number, or are they asking you for an exact number? It's a different thing.
Exact number, yeah.
Exact number is not whole number. So let me show you how to do it later. But this is safe to say not supposed to be what you can do right now. I'll show you later. Now, you sound quite positive with your WA.
Yeah, I mean, I think I will get like about 24 out of 30.
Okay. I was just about to ask you to guess. So you go ahead and write it down. You're guessing that you will get 24 of 30 in the WhatsApp list. It is important to guess how well we do before actually receiving the result. It is important. Right? So you just write that down, and then it doesn't matter whether you hit 24 or not. It is the guess is why it's important. So, do write it down.
No, like as in the problem is I can't access WhatsApp on my school computer. My phone has no Wi-Fi.
Correct. I'm gonna write down for you. I'm gonna write down for you.
Like right now, I'm deleting the thing that I can that blocks WhatsApp. So like, give me a couple of minutes and I can type it to you.
No. Don't technical. No, don't technical troubleshoot. Okay, I'll rewrite it down. I'll rewrite down for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So anything else you want to share with me regarding that?
No. Yeah.
Wonderful.
This is W had like a load of explanation questions.
Is that good or bad?
It's okay. Like if you know how to explain them, then you get like a free good 2 marks.
Mm,
But like if you
mm,
mess up and you don't understand how to do it, then
It seems that you are kind of confident about it. Yeah.
one explanation question, I think I'm getting like half marks for it. So I'm getting one out of, like the other, I think I think I'll get like 4.
I mean, you're taking all this into account when saying 24 out of 30, right?
Yeah.
Good enough. That's what I want you to do. Taking into account what happened. Oh, this happened, that happened, this, maybe 24. That is what I want you to do. That is good. Because some people are so stressed with the exam that they just forget about the exam, which is really bad. Then how can we improve, right? If you forget what happened in exam, but you seem to be very clear-minded about it. That's what I like. Right?
I mean, how can you not be clear-minded about what happened like this 2 days ago?
Oh, it can. Some people forget immediately after the exam because they are not clear-minded in the exam.
Yes.
That something happened. They are very stressed in the exam, such that it's a blur in the exam. So how can you remember what happened after exam? Something like that. I'm glad that's not happening to you. I'm really glad. Okay, so let's see if your guess is on target. That just adds to the fact that you are very clear about what's going on, which is very good. It's very good. Improving is not difficult in that situation. Wonderful. Anything else to share regarding WE?
No.
Wonderful. Give me an update about class lah. So what's happening right now in math stuff?
Yeah. So coming to today's topic, so in class we are learning how to do percentage, and the next topic is number patterns. And I want to know how to do number patterns because I really
wonderful. Correct. We haven't talked about that. It's a good time. Good. I understand. Anything else you want to share?
No.
Right. So I'm just going to set up today's Jamboard, and then let's use a new Jamboard. What do you think? All right.
Yeah.
05, 301, Monday. Wait
a bit though. My school like the
laptop.
Responding. Like maybe like a minute or so.
Okay. But let's discuss number pattern. That's good.
Yeah.
Please tell me when you have the Jamboard, okay?
Mm.
You have the Jamboard.
Wait, you sent it to my Gmail?
No, I didn't send anything. You are no, you're supposed to make your own Jamboard because it is your Jamboard. Wait, what's going on?
Oh, okay, wait. Oh my god.
The usual thing, the usual thing. There's the Monday Jamboard, and then you copy it, and then you make it yours, you share it with me. The
Yeah,
usual stuff.
oh my god.
What's the technical trouble there?
Uh, everything is loading very long. And
Right.
once,
Okay.
once it
Fine.
loaded, once
Yeah,
it
okay.
loaded, I went into Jamboard, but but the blocking service blocked.
Okay. So I'll tell you what, okay? We're gonna wait, not gonna wait for your laptop, you're gonna learn, okay? So
It's almost done.
don't
I'm just loading my
okay.
Jam browser.
Put your laptop to one side. Prepare a piece of paper so I can see it on your video. Right?
Uh,
A piece of paper. We'll just do on paper, right? Come on. Okay. Troubleshooting is not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing. That means your device or your connection is not ready. But this is a recurring problem. So let's not troubleshoot it. Just put your laptop aside and prepare. Yeah, good. Okay. Give yourself a space to write, as in your laptop will, move your laptop somewhere. Don't let that laptop stop you from learning. And this is not good. Just move it somewhere so you can write, or fold it, whatever. Yeah, connection is bad. So you cannot see what I'm writing on Jamboard. That's the problem right now. Never mind, I can see what you're writing. So I'm going to talk to you about the simplest number pattern, just to make sure we cover all the three basic things before we go to the advanced one. Now, before I start, do you have something specific to ask me about regarding number pattern?
No.
All right. So now the first number pattern we'll deal with. Okay, 1, 4, 9. Write down.
Oh my God.
Come on, hurry up. Too many technical trouble. Solve it quickly.
Yeah, 1, comma.
1, 4, 7. I'm sorry. 1, 4, 7. Now, I say to you 3 numbers. If it is a basic pattern, this is easy for you to see the whole pattern. So I'm asking you to write down the next few numbers. Go ahead. You see the pattern. Good. Now, okay, let's stop there and then dot. Enough, right? So this is a proof that you see the pattern. However, you did something wrong. It's not comma 17.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
Yeah, good. And so on and so forth, right? That's how pattern. Now, give yourself 5 spaces and then write down the, give yourself 5 spaces, write down 1, 4, 7 in the middle. So okay, 1, 4, 7, and then I want you to continue to the left. To the left. To the left. So before 1, what? Before 1 is what? Yeah. Right. To the left.
0.
No, that's not 0. Come on.
-2.
Wonderful. And then before -2, just one more.
-5.
Good. -5. Right. So you have a similar pattern, but not exact. Right. Ainesh, I can see you. Yeah. Can you?
Hello.
Yes. Hello, Ainesh. Right. Waiting for your video and waiting for your Jamboard. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Arya, so you have a similar pattern, but not exactly the same, and we're going to try to address both. Right. Now, usually people have problem with the general term like TN. Am I correct?
Yeah, like I.
Right.
So like I looked at my book and I couldn't understand what N meant. Like
Right.
there's like a T and then there's an N. Like what is
Very
this
simple.
N?
Right. Very simple. So let me help you immediately. Right. Because it's easy to understand and I want you to understand. N is simply the position. So they say n equals to 1, n equals to 2. That's not the number in the pattern, but that's the position. So in the first pattern, 1 is in position 1. So you write down at the bottom of 1, you write down this is position 1, right? Or first, if you like. Write down.
This is position.
No. Below the first number pattern. Below the first number pattern, 1. Yeah, that's n equals to 1, meaning position 1. So what is 4? 4 is position 2, man.
Yeah.
Correct. So that's n equals to 2, and then 7 is position 3, and so on and so forth. Do you write that down?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now compare that with the second pattern. Who is in position 1?
-5.
All right. Then you write it down. Position 5 is 1, and position -2 is position 2, and so on and so forth. You write it down. Now let me tell you what Tn means. Okay. Tn is something very simple. Tn's job is very simple. If you give him the position, he will give you the number of the number that exists in the position. Vice versa, if you give the Tn the number, he will tell you the position of that number. It's a very simple thing.
But
That's the job of Tn. Oh, very simple. Very simple. Let me show you. Now I'm going to give you a wrong TN, okay? I'm going to give you a wrong TN for the first pattern. Before I do that, please make the pattern very clear for yourself by doing the rainbow lah. So 1 to 4, there's a rainbow, right?
Wait, are you
4 to
doing
7, there's a rainbow.
Jamboard?
I mean, I don't see your Jamboard right now. Do you have a Jamboard?
I'm signing in.
Right. Again, please don't spend too much time troubleshooting your Jamboard, okay? That's a waste of time, right? I'm a bit pissed. I'm a bit pissed with your Jamboard.
Yeah,
So please don't force your Jamboard.
I'm also pissed at my laptop. It's not working. It's just loading.
I know.
Like,
I know. So let's not do it lah. Let's just not do it, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Can we get back to learning?
yes.
Okay. Ainesh, do you have the video and the Jamboard?
Yeah, I'm doing the updating first.
Right. Okay. So Aryaf, do the rainbow, please. So 1 to 4 rainbow, 4 to 7 rainbow. That's just to make the pattern clear, lah, right? Right. So 1 to 4 is plus or minus or what? What's the pattern there? Okay, then do the rainbow again. 3 plus 3. Now this is what you see in your mind and just writing down plus 3. Obviously you already know lah. Right. Now the minus 5, minus 2 also have the same rainbow, right? So just go and make that clear.
Wait.
Yeah, you can do it. That kind of thing. Right. Right. So, but I'm addressing the first pattern, okay, which starts from 1. So I'm going to ignore your minus 5 and minus 2 first. Okay. Right. Now, the TN of the first pattern should contain plus 3 lah, correct or not? Reasonably lah, correct or not?
Yeah.
Should also contain n, no? The position lah. Because you need to put in the position and then the TN will give you the number. Man. So the TN must contain some sort of n. It must contain 3, it must contain n. Correct? Does that make sense?
Wait, so T is the number.
Correct. TN is, for example, TN is T1. T1 is the number in position 1. So in the first pattern, T1 is 1. What is T4 in the first pattern? T4 is the number in position 4.
Hold on. So this, so position
First
4
pattern,
is
first pattern. 10, right? You
Yeah, so-
write down what?
13.
Mhm.
13
No,
is the number four.
look at your first pattern. You clearly write 10 in position 4. What are you talking about?
Oh. Yeah.
Correct. 13 is T5.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought the 1 and the 4 were the same number. That's very
Yeah.
close.
Okay, so that's why I told you to write down the position first lah. So
Mm.
T4 is 10, no? But in the second pattern, T4 is
1, 2, 3. Number 4.
number 4. Makes sense to you, right? I mean, you're okay with this, huh?
Yeah.
Right. So now let me give you a wrong TN for the first pattern, right? I will say that the TN for the first pattern is equals to 3n. Please write down TN equals to 3n.
So that would mean that 3 is T.
Write down. TN equals to 3n. Write down please. So Ainesh, I can see your video, yeah? So you have the Jamboard. So you're okay, TN. Now, how do we know that 3n is wrong? Because remember, the job of TN is simple, right? If you give him the position, he will give you the number in that position. Vice versa, if you give him the number, he will tell you what position it is. Now we'll do the easy one first. You give him position. So you give him position 1, no? You give him position 1, so the n equals to 1, correct? So E1 equals to 3 times 1, correct?
Yeah.
Which is wrong, right?
Wait.
He gives you
T1.
the number
No,
3.
wait, hold on. So Tn is equal to 3n, which should
Okay,
mean
which
that
is
T is equal
T1.
to 3.
No. That's not T times N. That's T underscript N. That's not T times N.
Okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
so please don't misunderstand Tn. Tn is T small n, but the 3n is a 3 big N. That's 3 times N. That's great. Okay, don't cancel the N, please. Please don't cancel the N. Yeah, you cannot do that. Right, so that's what it means. So T1 is equal to 3, 1 because T1 means you're giving him the position already. Hey, tell me the number in position 1, T1. So, okay, 3 times 1 equals to 3, which is wrong lah. That's how you know 3n is wrong. Okay?
Wait, hold on. So T1
Please write down. T1 equals to 3 times 1. Right? Which is equals to 3, right? Which is wrong lah. Everybody can acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Okay? Try T2 just to confirm that it's wrong. T2 is equals to
3 times
okay,
2.
Ines, which is 6, which is also wrong again. Right?
Yeah.
Write down. Just write down.
Yeah.
Okay, Ainesh, I can see what I'm doing. Right. So Ainesh, without further delay, please start your math lah. You tell me what you want to ask. Right.
Yep.
Right. So Arya, just to make it very, very clear, T3 is equal to?
T3 is equal to
Write down.
3 times 3, which is 9, which is also wrong.
Which is wrong. Right. Now, however, Arya, I want you to notice something, right? It's 3, 6, 9, correct? 3, 6, 9 is obviously all wrong, but the rainbow is also plus 3. Do you notice that? Yeah, do you notice that?
Wait, say again.
It's 3, 6, 9 right now, correct? That's the pattern that the 3, 6, 9 of course is wrong, but 3, 6, 9 the rainbow is also plus 3 plus 3. The pattern is also plus 3 plus 3. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So obviously we are wrong, but we are not very wrong. Is what I'm trying to say. Make sense of it?
Yes.
With that, I have some encouragement. I think I'm on the right track. It's just that I have to modify a bit. I think I just have to modify a bit, not a lot, because the rainbow is already correct. You get me?
Yeah.
This is how I will modify low, I tell you. So I'm going to add something to modify. 3n is not equal to 3n minus 2. Write it down. Now add the minus 2.
Wait, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go get tissues. I am very
Right. Ainesh, are you going to show me some picture?
Yeah. There's a lot to cover, right? How do we do this?
What do you mean, Ainesh? What have you covered for yourself?
As in, like, the whole of differentiation and integration system.
I know. Obviously, that's the syllabus of the exam. But what have you done?
As in by myself.
Yeah, by yourself.
Oh, I was just doing random questions. My dad was finding them and I just took it. There was this question. I am unable to understand why this is wrong. Can I show you?
Show it to me, lah.
Okay.
Show it to me, right? All right. Just zoom in a little bit for me. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Seems no. There is no zoom. A bit more. A bit more. Come on. The connection is very nice, so a bit more. Zoom in a bit more. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so Ainesh, what is your question actually?
Why is this wrong? I've been looking through it and I can't find a mistake. And like I'm quite far off the answer.
Finding your own mistake is not a bonus. It's a skill that you must have. Yeah. So I'm not going to tell you where your mistake is, but I can tell you if there is a mistake. Right?
Okay.
So it is up to you to find it lah. Oh goodness me. You have a conceptual problem. So this one I'll address immediately lah. Your first step is totally wrong. You're not supposed to do the partial fraction as your first step. Please
Okay,
find out what is your mistake. Arya, 3n minus 2, quickly.
Yeah,
3n minus 2.
Did you hear what I say, Ines?
you told me not to do partial fractions.
As the first step.
Oh, so should I have factorize?
What do you mean by factorizing?
Factorize the cubic equation.
Why would you want to factorize the cubic equation? I mean, you can do that using calculator lah, to find out about why would you want to do that.
Maybe you can cancel something.
You can try. You can try. That might be a first step, but please try something lah. I think your concept got problem lah. So please try. Please try. Please try. Using a calculator, please.
Never mind, it's not. I can't factorize.
All right. So what else? So Arya, the minus 2 means you modify your T1 right now, right? T1 is now 3 times 1 minus 2 lah. Go ahead and modify the T1.
What?
The Tn is now 3n minus 2, no longer 3n, right?
Okay.
Correct. So modify the result. T1 is 3 times 1 minus 2, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and do it.
Give us 4. So that's right. It's right. So let's test this theory by doing T2 is equal
T2
to
and
3
T3.
times 2 minus 2. 7.
What do you mean by 7? Sorry.
Wait, no. Like
What are
3
you talking about? What are you talking about here? 3 times 1 minus 2 is 1. Why is it 4? What's going on here?
Yeah, it's 1. Sorry.
So
T1
T2 is,
Yeah, then T2 will be 4. Right.
yeah, and then test 3 numbers. You must test 3 numbers, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, then T3
And
is equal to 3 times 3 is 9 minus 2. 7. Yeah. Okay, it's correct.
So my modification takes care of everything, right? Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ines, what's your supposed first step? Arya, do the Tn for the second pattern. You're going to do some guessing here. Guessing and testing. I want to see you do some guessing and testing until you get the Tn correct. Arya, okay?
So I just have to like write an equation. Like
Tn lah, and then test, correct or not? Test, correct or not? Test, correct or not?
So like
So Ines,
I'll have to write like Tn minus 4.
don't say Tn minus 4. Tn is Tn equals to
Tn is equal to 4n minus 6.
For example lah.
Test it if this
Correct,
is right.
but better guess in a appropriate way lah. Like I don't know why you write 4n, for example. Why did you write 4n? Guess it's an educated guess, yeah, correct. It's an educated guess lah. So you have to guess in a reasonable way lah, right? Based on the rainbow lah, based on what you see in the pattern they have. Right? I didn't do a random guess, right? I guessed 3n with a reason, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Why 3n? Oh, because the rainbow is 3. So maybe, maybe that's how I should guess it, something like that. Ines, come on, we don't have much time. Do you have any idea what's the first step?
No, I have no idea.
Oh dear. What's the numerator? The biggest power in the numerator is?
Cube.
What is the biggest power in the denominator?
Match the thing. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Also cube.
So you have no idea. You have no idea. This is improper fraction, Ines. Long division it will become a proper fraction first. That doesn't ring a bell, Ines. It doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Long division, please.
Okay.
Quickly. And all your work here is wasted because of this. It's that major, by the way. All your work is wasted. You know something, but something else is missing. Everything is gone because this is like the super important first step. Okay, you did this before, so let's regain this. Anish, quickly. No time to waste. No time to wait. Paper, please. Long division. Okay. You have some skills left. Right? Yeah. Why do you guess 6n? Where does the 6 come from?
I just did 3n minus 2 times 2. So I want to see if this is right or not.
Then you change it to okay. I think you have to do some guessing before you kind of know how to get. I mean, we are not behind the class, right? We are not, right?
So it's wrong. 6n minus 4 is wrong.
Yeah, I know. 6n minus 4 is not correct. I know. It's supposed to be minus 5, right?
Yeah.
Right. Make more guesses, please, until you kind of get it, kind of. Okay, good long division. Oh dear, the moment I say it's correct, you make a mistake. Oh dear, Anish. Okay, let's stop here. Find your mistake, please.
Me?
Teacher.
Yes, Anish.
Wait.
No.
So who's one of the mistake?
Yes. Anish, discover your mistake. Arya, yes?
Yeah, so n, so Tn is equal to n minus 5. So like
1 minus 5, T1.
So if like T is 1, so then it will become 1 minus
1
5.
minus 5, which is minus 4. How is that correct?
This should be minus 6. Sorry, minus 6.
Okay, minus 6. You need to test 3 numbers. You cannot test 1 number. Test 3 numbers.
Oh.
3 number is the minimum test. Anish, are you
Okay.
discovering your mistake?
Trying to.
Six.
Do the dot, please, Anish. Do the dot, please. You need this skill in exam tomorrow. Do the
My
dots,
exam's
please.
on Thursday. But yeah.
Yeah. Dots, please. Dots.
I found a mistake.
Yes, Arya. So that's not the right pattern. You have to test 3 numbers, okay? The second number is already wrong. I mean, do you have an idea why I guessed 3n as a start? You don't notice that I guessed with 3n first, right? I don't care about the minus 2 for a while, right? That was calculated. That's how I guessed. Did you notice that? There must be a reason why I do that, right? Okay, first I guess 3n, and I test it out, and I acknowledge I'm wrong, but I'm not very wrong. I think I got something right from the 3n, and then I just modify a little bit. I got it all right. You didn't guess that way. I feel that you're guessing it in a very random way. I feel I am less random than you. You may want to figure out why I guessed 3n first. And 15 divided by 2 is not very scary. What is 15 divided by 2?
7.5.
By the way, the 2 above should be 2x, right? I'm sorry, it should be 2. What am I talking about? It should be 2. Sorry. I said something wrong, Anish. So at this point, your remainder is x squared, correct? Correct, what am I saying, right? Your remainder is x squared, and the one that you're dividing with is x cubed. Am I correct? That means you should stop your log division already. That's where you stop. No? That's where you start rewriting it, and maybe you can start to partial fraction already. Because now it's a proper fraction. It's no longer improper. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you miss this in exam, you miss the whole thing. You're like, everything is gone. Your time is gone. Your mark is gone. There's no method mark. What happens to the 2? Well, same question as last time, right? So now you please do for me 31 divided by 5. Do for me, please. To answer your own question, 31 divided by 5. So what do you do? So Arya, have you figured out the
No,
mystery of the
I'm
3n? I'm going to do it for you, okay? I'm going to do it for you and going to figure out how I do. Okay, so for the second pattern,
Yeah, you're doing this
I will
on
write down.
Jamboard.
Is your Jamboard working?
Yeah, it is.
Where is your new Jamboard then? Which one is your new Jamboard?
I didn't make it yet, but my Jamboard is working.
So which one do you want me to access?
Hold on.
Ines, where's your 31 divided by 5?
I already
Wait,
did.
can you access an
It's
old
not-
one?
Show it to me. Show it to me. Oh, no, I mean, you're obviously correct lah. So what do you do with the 2 then, Ines? Does that answer your question?
No.
All right, let me do it for you. All right. 1 divided by 5 is equals to 6, 30, remainder 1. Correct? No surprises lah, primary stuff, right? Is that correct, Ines?
Yeah.
So 31 equals to, just help me with 6 plus 1 divided by 5, correct? Which is obviously 6 1 over 5 lah, obviously.
Yep.
Is this enough clue, Ines? You're supposed to think here. Arya, write down my Tn. My Tn equals to 3n. First thing first lah.
Okay.
But
Cannot hear you very well, Ines.
will it be plus 2 by the whole divisor?
Okay, where do I put the 6? When I put the 6 here, I'm sorry. I wrote something wrong. Okay. When I wrote the 6 here, is that weird?
No. Oh, so it's just.
All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So do that, please.
Okay.
So 3n, and I know 3n is wrong, right, Arya? I know that from the start, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to modify it so that the first one is minus 5, right? So 3n is 3 times 1 equals to 3. I want it to become minus 5. So I'll do 3n minus 8. That's what I will do right now.
So
And
Tn
then
is
you
equal to, so Tn is equal to 3n
3n
minus
minus 8. Right. Then I'm asking you to test for me 3 numbers. Anish, shall we progress? I mean, well, we're very late here. There's no progress right now. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting here? Where's the 2? Where do you put the 2? Just like 31 divided by 5, right?
Yeah.
Where do you put the 2? Arya, why are you not testing?
Oh, so to test random numbers.
What
now.
do you mean by plus? Arya, test T1, T2, T3. You test 3 numbers.
Oh.
Ines, stop that, please, stop that. Come on, Ines, stop that. Stop that, please. You're not thinking, yeah? You're trying to remember things or something. You're not thinking right about that. You need your thinking for tomorrow, yeah? Look at the Jamboard, Or x cubed, dot. This is 2x minus 3 is your x squared plus 1. This is similar to 31, right? The 4 cube, and this one is similar to the 5, correct? Is this correct first or not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And then the long division say, so Arya, did you learn something? If you didn't learn something, then we're going to start again.
No, I did learn
So,
something.
all right, then create your own pattern and find the TN, please. Ainesh, this 6 comes from where? This, right?
Yeah.
And then the 1 comes from the remainder, right? Which you, I think, did very well. And then the 5 is the divisor. So let's do that, okay? Let's do that. 4x cubed dot over this 2x blah blah blah, this is equals to what?
Is equal to 2x cubed minus 2x over 2x minus 2x.
Use your logic, please. Use your logic, please. Come on.
Okay, I
come on,
got
guys.
one. So like if it was meant to be like a five times table, so like 5, 10, 15, 20, and n would be like
5.
1, so like e is equal to 5n.
Hello, Arya. Let's do 5, 10. Yeah, okay, 5, 10. Yeah, okay, good, good. So that's a very easy TN, right? That's a very
Yeah.
easy TN. So modify a little bit your pattern, please. Ganesh, if you memorize this, you won't be okay tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Mm-hmm.
You sure? I'm going to clear everything and then you're going to rewrite it. Okay? Clear. Please rewrite it. Arya, I'm going to give you another pattern, right? Flip the page. Flip the page. Flip the page. 4,9, 14, 19. Come on.
Huh?
4, quickly. 4, 9, 14, 19.
Okay.
1, 2, 1. Ganesh, you try to memorize things, okay? Get the Jamboard. 1, 5 is 6, 31, right? So 31 divided by 5 equals to, tell me,
6, 1 by 5.
plus 1 over 5. So let's try again. Okay, that 4x cubed divided by that is correct. Okay, equals to 2, right? That's correct. Plus, what do you put on top? The remainder, right? The remainder is 1 in this case. So what's your remainder in your case?
2x.
How is that a remainder? Tell me, where do you look for the remainder in the long division? Arya, start guessing your TN. Don't wait for me.
So,
I'm not telling you.
So like, no, I'm just putting, so I have to put wild guesses out there until I come to like something close and then narrow on.
Rainbow first, Arya. Rainbow first. Rainbow first. See the pattern first. Ainesh, where's the remainder in your long division? Come on, Ainesh. Where's the remainder? Show me the remainder.
This one.
Why is there a remainder? Where did your long division stop here? I think you're very confused with your long division. Where did your long division stop? Are you sure it stopped at 2x cubed? What are you very sure? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. You did your own long division and it was correct. And then suddenly you point out to 2x cubed.
Oh, so cute.
Goodness me, that's the remainder. Come on, Ainesh. Yeah, that's the remainder. Right. Would you fix what you're doing then?
Um,
Maria, the 5 matters, right? The 5 should matter, right? So your guess
yeah.
should include some sort of 5 and some sort of n, right? Does that make some sense? So Ainesh, this is the first step. Are you okay? This is the first step.
Mm.
Mhm.
After this, what is the second big step? What is it?
Uh,
Your
A.
second big step is what you did. What were you trying to do originally?
what was I trying to do originally?
Five.
Yeah. Originally, what were you trying to do as the first step?
Partial fractions.
Which is a very nice step, except that you're partial fractioning something which is improper. You long
Now I
division.
can.
Now you can, because why? The fraction is now proper. Now you can partial fraction. Would you like to find out whether you're right or wrong, or should we skip to the next question? There is not much time for delay here.
Sure, we can skip.
That's up to you, okay? You just decide, okay?
Okay.
All right? All right, then let's move on. Move on. Come. Arya, your guess is 5n, right? First guess lah. 5n will give you 5, 10.
5 and 1 work. I mean, it just won't work. So like 5 and -1.
Okay, then test 3 numbers lah, right? Test 3 numbers.
Wait a minute, this could work.
Ainesh, what are we waiting for? Oh, do you have the next question?
Hey, I found it. It's 5 and -1. It's 5
Good,
and
Arya. Next pattern. Write down the next pattern. 19, 14, 9, 4.
Oh, is this reverse?
Yeah. And the rainbow flash, I would suggest. The rainbow is it. Ainesh, do we have a next question? Or are you trying to find it?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Okay, let's stop there for a while. Let's stop finding questions for a while. If you're trying to find question, let's stop. Okay. Now, be very clear about your strategy before exam. I have a feeling that your strategy is study intuition. So something like that, or catch up intuition. Would that be your approach to exam right now?
I mean, to clear my doubts in tuition would probably be more accurate.
So by having no question, does it mean that you have no doubts?
No, it just means that I didn't practice very much today.
So not today, the day before and the day before. So your strategy is not to clarify your doubts in tuition, because to clarify doubts in tuition, you must have the doubts cleared up.
Uh-huh.
So if you haven't practiced before tuition, you cannot do the strategy called clarifying doubts in tuition.
Yeah.
You cannot. So your strategy is to study intuition, to discover your doubts in tuition, and to clarify them in tuition, I guess.
I guess so.
Right. The bad news is we don't have time for that strategy. I mean, Sunday you weren't in, and then today you're quite late. The time, your strategy is reasonable only if you have a lot of time in tuition, but you don't. You have to therefore spend some time outside tuition. I guess that's one alternative. Or secondly, you should increase your time in tuition, which very weirdly is also not happening. Really is not. Right? Correct, yeah. So acknowledge the fact that the strategy doesn't work because I don't get it. You don't have time outside tuition and you also don't have time inside tuition. Now we have half an hour. Let me give you a suggestion of what you can do, right? Does your teacher give you a revision package?
Oh, he said he's gonna give us one tomorrow.
What does it mean by giving you a revision package the day before the exam? What does that mean? I'm sorry.
I really don't know.
You do not have a revision package right now. Let me clarify that. You don't
I
have.
have my worksheet to school. And like there are days that I missed because I was sick. Like there are some empty questions, but that's all I have.
Which is your teacher's fault, basically.
Uh,
Correct.
I don't know.
Right. Aditya, I can see you. Yeah. Now, Arif, 1 hour is done. Your pattern is the next one. It's slightly harder. That's your homework.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Are we?
Bye.
All right. I'll see. Right. So, Aditya, okay. Just tell me why are we seeing each other at 9:30 right now? What do you mean by no one? I saw you when it was very crowded just now. Sorry.
Yeah, I joined the meeting and it said like participants is only me. So I thought there was no class today because you're still overseas. So I left.
No. No. When I saw you, I was with everybody else. All right. You could try calling. Oh, you didn't even see me. Is what you're saying. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Try WhatsApping me next time. Right? Try WhatsApping me next time.
Sorry?
Right? So now, try WhatsApping me next time.
Sure.
35%. Right? Okay. So Aditya, let's do what we need to do lah. Okay. So what do we do?
So I've got a test on series, like geometric and arithmetic progression and differentiation.
All right. Let's do it.
On
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. If you have questions, I'm ready lah. Right? I'm ready to help answer your questions.
Okay.
There's not much that we can do right now, Anish, but I guess we can do the worksheet that you are empty lah. The empty worksheet lah. I mean, if you're waiting for me, yeah, okay, good. Come, let's do it. Let's do it. Show me. Come on. Come on.
Page 4.
Come on then. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Nothing much else to say there, right? Daniel, I can see you. Yeah, I've been seeing you. Can you show me your working for the two limitations? Aditya, would you please zoom in a little bit? Anish, paper, please. Come on, paper. Yes.
I'm just like
Yes.
revising.
All right, sure, Aditya. Yes, Daniel.
Yeah, it's all here.
Maybe I misunderstood what limit means. Maybe I'm not updated. What establish limits? You're saying, Anish, sorry?
I didn't say anything.
All right, sorry. Aditya, did you say something just now? So I'm reading yours, Daniel. Okay, Daniel. I can feel that your sentences are clunky, as in you're not comfortable expressing yourself, is what I mean. It's not that you don't know how to write correctly. I think you know how to write nicely, but it feels that you're uncomfortable writing this. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is it because it's my idea and not your idea?
Don't know. I always like write 3 or 4 or 5 times.
You mean this is your... Oh, that's fine, right? Are you sure? Okay, so I'm just checking whether it is not because the problem is with the idea.
No, I get what you mean. This part is a bit weird.
Very, how do I say? Yeah, but if you can fix it yourself, then feel free lah. The idea is still there, but the idea is hidden. I'm not sure what establishing limits would mean. Establishing limits is I'm sorry. How does is that what your teacher wants you to say? Establish limits?
I mean, it sounds fancy.
No, don't. Delete the first sentence, and if you start with in the context of this experiment, it is a better start already. You are going straight to the point. The point is that you are looking at the comparison between this value and that value, and that kind of speaks about the limit, which kind of flows better. It feels better for me. You still have to fix the sentence, but it's already a good start. I'm sorry, Aditya. I don't see that you're moving. Is there anything you want me to help you with?
No, just like just revising, like.
Right, sure thing. It would be nice if you revise by doing a question also lah. If you have no questions, I can give you that. That's probably also good.
Oh, I do.
Right. Good, Ines, product rule. Good. I like your setup. Good, final. Good. So again, Daniel, right? I'm sorry, move up, okay, move up. Right. All right, the second sentence, perhaps very clunky also, right? Okay, we'll try going to the point. The point is 1.50 is the limit of your accuracy, right? Your precision. You cannot go more precise than that, correct? So say that first. Say that even though you want to something like that, you cannot go to 1.51. You cannot, because 1.50 is the limit of the precision of the ruler. Say that. Although it is nice, or I want to, or I don't know how it's phrasing. I want to go to 1.51, but I can't. It would be ideal. Okay, that's great. So maybe not 1.514, right? But I want to go for 1.51, let's say. I want to, but I can't because of the precision limit of the ruler.
The precision of the ruler serves as a thing.
You can stop there. You can stop there first. Right? Stop there first. If you don't mind, you can delete everything. You don't lose much from there. And then how to objectively justify this, right? The widely accepted, probably not the best sentence, right? You probably want to say something like the available tool, or the only available tool at the time of measurement. At the time of experiment, the most precise instrument, the most precise measurement instrument available at the time of experiment. That's a mouthful, but like that, that's just an objective way of saying that's all I have. Look, right? A fancy way of saying that's all I have, right?
And
Your second paragraph is you saying, hey, it's not that bad. Dash, right, so are you getting it? Your product goal is starting off. Oh, you made a mistake. And if you made a mistake, find your mistake.
Okay.
Right. Dot, 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 this, dot, 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 quickly change your mistake. Yeah, don't say currently lah. So available to me at the time. Cancel the currently. This is still clunky, but less clunky. Is that what you feel? What you feel is important here. How do you feel, Daniel? First paragraph.
the position
Right, change stuff lah.
of the ruler
Yeah, change.
substitutive factor as the highest position is
I'll probably would
1 millimeter. Two, 9, 1.
Anish, you're not dotting, okay, Anish? Please, dot.
I am the physical.
Physically dot it, please. Like, seriously, physically dot it. When you dot per sign, per number, you know, not per section, yeah. Dot the sign, dot the number, dot everything. Find your mistake. At this point, I will not tell you a mistake already.
Wait, just make sure this one is correct.
No, I won't tell you. I'll make myself this very clear. You want to be good at exam, right, on Thursday, right? So I cannot tell you where your mistake is. If you cannot find your mistake, then that's it. Just the same in exam. Just the same. I can tell you that your skill is good. Your concept is good here. Previously, it was your concept problem. This one, not a concept problem. This one, I think, a careless problem. Find it or lose it. Look. Yeah, it feels clunkier, Daniel, but that's me. How do you feel? How do you feel?
It feels okay.
So a better second draft, right? Better second draft. Now, I still have to ask this. Does this feel like you're trying to say your own idea, or does this feel like you're trying to force my idea in? Which one? First paragraph. Just first paragraph. Just first paragraph.
Yeah.
Are you saying what you want to say?
Feels natural. Feels natural.
Good, good. Feels what you want to say. So good, good. Now, the second paragraph is basically you saying it's not that bad. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the ruler is the only available instrument. I mean, the highest is, yeah, but it's not that bad because you are, I think a better way is just to acknowledge your luck. No, actually, no, you don't even have to acknowledge your luck. You don't have to. You don't have to. Just acknowledge the fact that the difference is only 1%. So using a ruler is not that bad. Because you said it at the start, right? Okay. You said it there. So yeah, that's all you need to do. Nice, nice.
Mr. Philip.
Yes, yes, Aditya. Your question.
I forgot what this is used for and what this is used for.
Zoom in, please. Zoom in.
Oh, okay. Oh, not working. Just a sec.
Try again. Try again. Connection is very good. I just need you to zoom in because it is kind of yeah, yeah. Right. So it's SN, right? You're asking about SN. SN is a summation, the total. Are you clear about what SN means first?
Yeah.
So S4, what does S4 mean? Summation 4. What does that mean?
It means the summation of the first four terms of a geometric series.
Therefore, the use of these two formula, which is the same, almost the same thing, right? Almost the same thing, is to do that for you. Is that your question or is it something?
No, like what's the difference between this part and this part? Like, why is it different?
I'll tell you the shortest answer. It doesn't matter which one you use, you will be correct. It's the word or. Doesn't matter which one you use.
Okay.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. So Ainesh, how is it going for you?
I tried redoing, so I just remember on my UN.
Now, you are resisting the dots, okay? Such that you do not know where you're right or wrong. Are you sure you want to do this in exam? Are you sure you don't want to simply do the dot?
The dot? No, I did the dot for the UNV thing, and I think it's correct.
Too bad then. But because as I remember, last time you physically do the dot, every time you discover your mistake. Too bad for you. Right? So do what you want. I do note that you do not physically do the dot one by one like last time, which is always successful last time. Are you okay, Daniel, so far?
Yeah.
I don't think you should say which is not a significant error. Just keep it at 1%.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, you don't have to be apologetic or you don't have to justify yourself already. You are very safe. Your tone is a tone of justification or being apologetic. It doesn't feel like you need to do that. If you want to change, you can change that, right? But if you feel comfortable, right? I feel that you are not confident where there is no need for you to feel that way. I feel that you are in a very safe position at this point. I feel like your tone, however, puts it in the negative side, which is I will argue you need to change it into an objective or positive. Starting by inside, right? That's how I feel now.
How would I
if you
do
read change something like this. Just by using a ruler, I'm already getting a disparity of 1%. Right? Correct? If I could go more accurate by doing this, I can lower it into, I can make it even, I can potentially make it better. That's the tone that I will adopt, but that's up to you. Yeah? At this point, this is a tone, so it's not very crucial already. Yeah. I don't have to reiterate the fact that 1% is small. I can say it as it's self-evident. 1% is good one. I don't have to even say that, right? I'll just go in a positive route of saying I'll try to improve it even more if I can do this, right? Even a humble ruler is giving me 1%. So let's see. You didn't like. Okay, sorry. So Ines, what do you wish for me to do except for pointing out your mistake? That one I cannot do. I'm so sorry. Yeah,
It shouldn't.
you're stuck with this. I'm sorry.
Shouldn't be minus 3.
Why are you questioning yourself there? Tell me.
Sorry.
Why do you question yourself at that point? Why? Tell me.
Because
Could you please change your mic to iPhone? Ines, are you changing your mic to phone?
Yeah.
Ditya, are you stuck?
No, just
All right. Right. The common difference
yeah,
that's totally
stop.
correct. Yeah, I mean, yeah, correct. Ines, are you changing your mic? What do I have to say to you 3 times? Daniel, how are things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not easy to change our tone, right?
Mm.
Right. So the limit, 50 domino is too small. Example size to draw. That's a very, you don't, oh my goodness, you don't need to be very pessimistic here. You're quite safe. Your comparison of 2 seconds is probably not correct because first of all, you can compare 2 seconds to the accuracy of the stopwatch and the accuracy per frame. I feel that 2 seconds is plenty if you compare it with the accuracy per frame, and which is 1/240, right? And then the stopwatch, which is 2 decimal point. I feel that your 2 seconds is not very short. That's what I feel. It is a bit feeling, but I can justify myself by comparing it with the accuracy.
So
I feel you don't need to be this pessimistic because your data is not bad. You're very pessimistic in this. Yeah, all those scaling up. Correct. Yeah, you mentioned the compromise, the trade-off. Good. Yeah. I will argue that this is a good paragraph. This is a better paragraph. I'm not sure about Goldilocks because that's not a term well defined. If you don't use that, it's probably better, right? But if you want, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure about it. Sure. So Ainesh, you're not there, is it, Ainesh? I mean, I asked you to change the mic to iPhone the 4th time already, right? So I take it that you don't listen to that, yeah, right? Okay. So yeah, you have decided something. So go ahead and do it. Now, Daniel, there are probably other things to write. Are we approaching a reasonable length?
yeah.
Do you want more, therefore?
I would like to expand on this.
That thing. Yeah, that thing. Sorry. Okay. So unless you make a change, right? Okay. So I feel I'm not 100% certain here right now, but I feel that the only thing we can say here is a very positive thing, right? Something like this. It's something like this. The variance is very small. I will convert this variance into percent. So relative variance, not absolute variance. You understand what I'm saying? Daniel, you understand what it is?
So, I thought you died. Sorry. What did you say?
No, Daniel. I will convert the absolute value of 0.035 into a percentage. Both the variance for 0.035 compared to something, compared to the accuracy limit, which is, what is this? This is 0. The accuracy limit of the, is it the stopwatch or is it the frame? The stopwatch, right?
Yeah.
Right. The accuracy of stopwatch, right? So you get a percent there. The distance also, you'll get a percent there. By the way, distance is not second, just saying. Distance is, I think, centimeter or something, right?
Yeah.
I guess you look more confident. So I like the change of tone. Hopefully that gives you something.
How do I make it flow into the limits?
Right. So I'll convert it into percent for both the time and for the distance, right? And then I will compare it with the. Let me think. Should I do that? Should I do that? Not that easy, is it? I believe an appropriate way, Daniel, is like this. You compare the percentage from these three things. What are these three things? The time, the distance, and the theoretical versus the 1% one. The 1% you get from comparing 1.5 and 1.51. Right? If the percentage variance are within each other, it is tempting to say that it explains. You see, because my variance is small enough in this experiment, that means I control my variables well. I've controlled my variable well. No wonder the result seems to agree with the theoretical limit. No wonder. Kind of neatly summarizes everything, right? That is if the variance is indeed small. One more time, if the variance is indeed small and I can explain it by I did a good job, then there isn't much else to say.
So you say if it is small, is the percentage is small?
The percentage is comparable to each other. You don't know, a percentage is not seen by itself, but okay, look, the time percentage. So like for example, the distance percentage turned out to be around 1%, something like that. And the time percent is around, 5%. I don't know how many percent. Well, it's kind of comparable with the 1% from the 1.5 versus 1.51. It's kind of comparable. So it is tempting to say that they explain each other. See, that's why I did the experiment correctly. Kind of. Something like that. That's the explanation that I think will fit here. However, I'm not sure because I'm not seeing the percentage. Something like that. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay.
I'm not sure that that's the best way, but I think I'll try for that route and check with my teacher again. My teacher will probably be able to comment lah. Okay, I'll do that lah.
Okay.
Right. So Ainesh, at this point, are you stuck?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go sleep already.
All right.
It's okay.
I'll see you. I'll see you on Tuesday. Right. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
Now, Aditya, are you stuck? Just to confirm.
No, I'm just
All right.
a little bit confused, but I think I got it.
All right. So now Ainesh in the Jamboard. Yeah. Ainesh, just to confirm, is there a 2 here? Is this a 2 or not a 2?
There is a 2.
All right, so there's the 2 here. I understand. All right, let me check a few more things. This seems fine. This seems fine. And so you could take the 2 out, right? Which you did like in the end. So finally you took the 2 out, right? Now, look at all this. I feel that you can just jump here, lah, right? So that's my hint to you because I think you kind of make a mistake, lah, I think. So look at this situation here. You already take out this and then you put it back. I feel that it's a waste of time. I feel that that's not the right way to go. I feel that at this point, you just pull out the 2 first, lah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can you restart from here? Yeah, can you restart from here and pull out the 2 and not waste time like this? Because it's not just a wasting time. I think there's an error there, which is bad, I think. Right now, you are left with this 2 things, right? The 1 over this and the 1 over that. I argue that you can take things out further. Actually, you can, you can take even more things out because I think there's more leftovers there, right? So Aditya, I think you up. Yeah. Oh goodness me, Aditya, please check your formula properly. I don't think you did it correctly. Aditya, check your formula one more time.
Okay.
So what are you taking out further, Ainesh?
1 by square root 1 minus 4x.
Correct. Wait, I'm not seeing it here. Can you move to the left, please? Move to the right. Ah, nice. Now, look at what you have here, right? What you have here is not exactly what the question is wanting, but it's already not that bad. Do you see some similarity there with the question?
Not really, but hopefully.
Oh, goodness me. No, I don't mean by hopefully. I never meant hopefully. Like this.
But the -1 minus the 1 minus 2x, I don't understand how that is going to come around.
Ainesh, use this to your advantage. You got to figure out what you do correctly, then you can address what you do wrong. If not, you're blind. Notice that you do certain things correctly. Not just notice what you don't do correctly. What did you do correctly? You didn't see that this is correct, isn't it? This is an answer key, They give you an answer key. Use it to figure out where you're right and where you're wrong. Isn't this what you do correctly? You don't see it.
I still have a mistake.
What did you do correct? Change your mindset.
Wait, no. But if I have a mistake, then I have to look at all the other stuff again. I thought I'm progressing from here.
Goodness me, I'm speaking to you is like speaking to a flick sometimes. Really, let me copy your answer. Let me copy answer. No. Your final step. You see the similarity for the red one? Do you see it or not, Adesh?
Yeah.
It's a yes or no. Do you see it or you don't see it? Just say yes or no.
Okay.
Yes or no? Okay means what?
Yeah.
Do you see the blue thing being similar?
Okay.
What is this? This is square root square. What is that?
Oh, okay.
Come on,
Well, then-
Adesh. What is square root square?
I mean, 1 minus 4x, but
Yeah, so do it lah. Do it.
okay.
Aditya, are you stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, you're almost there. No,
Apologize.
wait. Let me think for. Are you almost there? Oh, you did something extremely wrong, lah, right? Oh goodness me! But you started off correctly, lah, right? So where's your Jamboard, Aditya? This will be my last.
Oh yeah. I need to
You.
share it.
I'll just use the previous Jamboard, right? The 18.4, right? Okay, let's do that. 18.4. Come on, we don't have time. Good news is I think you start off correctly, lah, right? Fix the formula. Your index error keeps catching up with you, right? You keep making this same mistake. That's the bad news, lah, right? So you try to factorize this, isn't it? That's what you try, right?
Yeah.
Now 1024 times 3 over 4 to the power of n. Keep saying to you, Aditya, yeah? Listen to me. Is the power the same?
No.
Is the base the same?
No.
Then what can you do in the situation where the base is not the same and the power is not the same?
Nothing.
Correct. And yet you manage to do something. It's wrong.
Okay.
You are safe in the fact that you cannot do anything. That's the safe thing. That's not the wrong thing. It is true that you are not supposed to be able to do anything. So do something else, not what you did.
Okay.
Is it brute force?
What do you mean, Anish?
I did answer here, right? Then do I do brute force? I'm trying to.
Why do you re-expand, Anish?
Because I didn't know what to do. So that's
Look at the answer key. Look at the answer key. They give you the answer key, right? By expanding, is it making it better?
No.
All right, then don't do that. Do something else. I know you don't know what to do, but don't do what is obviously getting further. Still don't do that. Focus on, oh goodness me, right? Anish, the red part here is similar here. The blue part here is similar here, right? Could you focus on the part which is not similar? Like this part is not similar to this part, but even then the bottom part is looking kind of don't you see that the bottom part is kind of starting to look similar?
It is similar.
So focus on that part, not on the part which is already correct. Focus on the guy inside the bracket. Makes sense, right? Focus on that. All right, Aditya, you're getting somewhere, definitely. Definitely getting somewhere, right? Definitely, right? You're very close, right, Aditya? Very, very close, right? Very, very close. But let's see whether you can figure out the last thing. Aditya, move up, please. Move up. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Got it. You are focusing on the right thing. Oh, yeah. Very good. You like it?
Yeah.
Right. Good for you. Wait. Uh, yeah. We have to end now. And at a question where it's quite hard, no?
Yeah.
Aditya, next time, I mean, come on time. I don't think you come on time today, and try to WhatsApp, right? Especially when you need it. Like I feel that today you kind of need the tuition, and yeah,
Yeah.
not sure what happened. Right? Okay, apologies that time is up, lah. Apologies. Right. Okay, I'll see you next week. All right.
See
Bye bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Do move up, Harish. Do move up.
Okay, I got it.
Good, Anish. Good. And good job for finding your own mistake. That's it.